We have another interesting matchup. We have the Raiders versus the Panthers. And if you had told me last week that this might have been an interesting matchup, I'd have been like, what are you smoking? But with Andy Dalton now being the quarterback, I believe that the Panthers have a puncher's chance. Young held back this offense so back. He held them back so bad. You couldn't pass the ball, and because you can't pass the ball, the rushing, you just put so many men in the box to stop the run. Ironically, Andy Dalton came back last year in Week 3, I believe, and he threw over 300 yards with the same Panthers team. The roster is better this year. They have a better offensive line, and they added some pieces on offense. The defense is terrible. They have no pass rush. They have some all right corners. J.C. Horn, he's all right. He looks good. But they have no pass rush. They can't get to the quarterback. So that's going to be difficult for a team that, as the Raiders, who like to pass the ball, because they have the worst rushing offense in all football. It's just god-awful. White is not good. They need to trade for somebody, get a decent running back in there, or they need to just get one in the offseason for next year because it's awful. But they have a great trio. They have Bowers as tight end, who's going to be, one of the top 5, top 3 tight ends in the next coming years. And they have Devontae Adams, who's still really good. He put up over 100 yards receiving against the Baltimore Ravens last week. And they have Jacoby Myers, who's a good position receiver. Great, he's solid for that team. So, you have a team that it's so you don't know how good they're going to be with the new quarterback with the Panthers, and you have a team that has a other quarterback who's not reliable. Is he going to give you good numbers? Is he going to be consistent, or is he going to be missing passes left and right? And Gardner Minshew. So it's very hard to choose this. So with that, let's get some stats here. The Panthers are dead last in yards per game, but I think that's because of Young. They haven't covered 7 of the last 10 games. And, so this is, I believe, and their defense are allowing 36 points a game. So it's hard to get behind the Panthers in this game. And like I said, they have some good, Dalton's coming back. The O-line is good for the Panthers. They have some weapons, which I think Dalton will show that this offense could be actually usable. The Raiders, they have their Pierce have been playing okay defense. Crosby's a monster back there, They have a good trio of weapons in Bowers, in the 2 wide receivers, in Adams and Jacoby Myers. So with all that being said, I think that the Panthers can cover the 5.5. 5 right now in ESPN bet. If you get a 5.5, which I think there's some places, take the hook. I think that Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, adds a spark to this team. I think everybody, the whole team is going to be, happy that Young is benched, and they're going to be just rejuvenated to actually show that these guys can actually play ball. So with that, I also like a little bit for the over. Is the over this 39.5 the number? I think this will go over the number as well. So my best play, I like the over better, but if I was going to choose the opponent who's going to win, give me the Panthers plus 5.5 to cover against the Raiders, and the over 39.5.